And I'm back with Stride Fates. Let's get right into it. When you start the game, you have to calibrate and then change your settings, if you want to change anything. Remember what I said about the jumping in Stride VR? Well, here you can change the jump type and you can also change the reloading type. Nice. This looks so good in VR. I'm not joking, I was standing here with my mouth open. Just wow. After you have been awestruck by the surroundings, the game starts as a tutorial and everything what you need to do is shown on the screen. Holding the left stick to walk, holding the left stick and moving your arms to run, right stick for turning, and you have two ways of picking up an item. One is by just grabbing it, and the other one, well, I will show you that later. While running and the so-called simplified jumping mode activated, you run and just press A. No more arm raising. Even though I did that a lot of times. I don't know why. One important thing is, if you are afraid of heights, I don't think this game is for you. I'm not afraid of heights, but my legs clenched heavily when being in these crazy high positions. And you need to be able to play in locomotion. There is no option for teleporting, even though it's obvious. I thought you should know. Like in Stride, you can do wall runs here. And to be honest, I think that the wall runs do work better in Stride Fates. It works the same way. Run towards the wall and jump at it. And don't forget to jump off of it. To slide, you now have two options, which I figured out near the end of the game. You can either do a squat, or you can, while running, holding down the right stick. It also makes you duck. Of course, there's the good old hook system. Jump towards the drone and press either left or right trigger. If you fall down, you die and it looks like this. The second variant to grab an item is to hook it. Hold your arm towards the item and you will see this symbol. Press the trigger and it will come towards you. I only used that. I tried using the normal go to the item and grab it, but that is a problem. You will see soon why. Sometimes you need a card to open a door, or you have to solve some kind of puzzle. It's a cool idea and keeps the rest of the game fresh, because you are not doing the same thing all the time. To activate these puzzle doors, you need to turn your left arm, and on the inner wrist there's a smartphone. No matter where you let it go, always goes back to your wrist. Not sure why, but I really had to turn my arm, more than it is shown in the game. Anyway, take the smartphone, which by the way tracks your HP, your mission, other items, which I will tell you about in a bit, and your location, kind of. It also has a camera in it. And bring it to the door, hold it in front of it, and press and hold the right trigger. You can't grab the phone with your left hand, by the way. But instead of doing a puzzle, sometimes you go into the cyberspace, where you have to reach the end without dying. In the first cyberspace, you get your first weapon, the pistol. And because I chose manual reload, I have to press the right controller stick in. Yes, in. And then put a new magazine in. I seriously don't like that. Feels weird to do it. Back in the real world, playing a VR game and saying that is a strange statement. Anyway, you will find these injections that fill up your HP. Just grab it and hold the trigger, then put that little thing right into your character. Sadly, you can't store them anywhere. When you press B, you go into a short focus mode, which is kinda cool because you can do max pain stuff now. After your mission is done, you mostly, not always, have to go to an area where a helicopter arrives and drops down a rope, which you just have to grab. Alright, after the first mission, you are inside of a helicopter. To your left are settings, general, player, and audio. Let's check general first. Here you can change difficulty, jump type, reload type, haptic effect. I can recommend you to disable that, and gore. Yes, this game has gore. Player settings have things like play mode, turn mode, vignette. What is a vignette? It's when your game gets this black outlining when you move, like this. It's there to help you to reduce your motion sickness. Hand IK, where IK stands for inverse kinematics, meaning you have arms or not, and then some angle adjustments. You can also calibrate here again if the game wasn't correctly set up for you. And audio. Well, audio settings. Not much to say here. To your right side is a collection menu with a gallery for photos and graffitis. To be honest, I haven't found any graffiti spray can in the game. Maybe that's coming, or maybe I have missed it. I don't know. USB drives which give you background story of the game, and they are listed here. And of course, skins. You don't need to unlock them, you can just choose them right from the start. There's also a database where you can find the characters and read about them. Scrolling down is clunky, you have to be precisely on the bar and then move it downwards. And the pictures are probably AI made, but that's okay, I don't mind it. Same goes for the locations and the files. Remember Stride? No campaign and not much to do? Well, will you look at this. That is a big map. And every mission, depending on how you play of course, takes around 30 to 40 minutes. So Stride Fates is all campaign. And the last thing you can do in this chopper is upgrade your weapons and select a holster where you want to store your weapon. You are maybe now saying, but you can store items in your wristwatch? Yes, but only one item at a time and no health items, only specific items. When you fight enemies and you do that way too often, they will insult you and kind of react to you. And they also try to dodge your shots. While playing the game, you will find upgrade modules, a green, yellow and purple one. You need those if you want to upgrade your weapons. In order to open that chest, I have to finish the steady hand game. You have to hold your phone and the trigger against the ball and then pull it towards the end. These extra games do get more difficult later on. Something rather important when talking about climbing is that you can't put your hands directly next to each other. Feels unnatural. I said this game has gore, right? Well, this is not really gore, but you can grab the enemy after you have hit him, and you can do this. It also gives you an achievement, and yes, you can also headbutt them to death. I don't know what is going on with these weapons. But weapons which you should normally use with both hands for a steady aim can only be rotated by your hand that is on the trigger. It feels really weird, but you can shoot them steady with one hand. And oh, looking through the scope doesn't do anything. Whatever you do, do not jump through this window. Even though your character is actually too big for that, you jump right through and you can't get back up. So I had to reload the last checkpoint because I was soft locked. Wonderful. Reloading when you really need it and you want to perform fast actions can be a pain.
Oh god. What the fuck is this?
This is the first boss in the game and I needed a lot of tries because I thought there would be some kind of mechanism I have to activate or something. Because my bullets didn't do anything. Turns out, nope, just shoot him. There's also fist fighting in the game, and I must say, I don't understand blocking. It looks and sounds like that block hurts the enemy. So you can block them to death? You can control your swing, by the way. Just hold the left stick forward or backward, and then drag your left arm down while swinging. When using the knife, you can switch the way you hold the knife by throwing it in the air and grabbing it differently. You can't pick up the knife differently, it will always point upwards. And you can't use any button to switch your knife holding position. You can nearly grab everything, but this wrench seems special, doesn't it? Oh, not sure if that was intentional, but the drone just does no damage at all. But it could also be that you can't do damage to enemies behind the glass here. If you shoot the enemy in the leg, they will fall down, which is giving you some time to reposition or reload when you get attacked by multiple at once. I don't know why, but it feels like I have some kind of sonar for bugs and mispositioning of objects. There are not many, but some of them made the game crash or literally unplayable until I restarted the game. Later you have to use a tablet in order to get a functioning drone back to the position to go further in the mission. That is a very cool idea. Maybe it's just me, but reloading the gun had its fair amount of issues. Also, taking out a new magazine was problematic in a lot of situations because it's way too high. Meaning, when you have a gun equipped and you want to grab something from the floor or something near your feet, you will take out a new magazine. So annoying. And like I said, the game is way too heavy on shooting. Oh, and reloading just doesn't work sometimes. And near the end of a pretty long shooting mission, the game crashed. Talking about bugs. One more time why, if you're afraid of heights, could be a problem in this game. Also, please don't just put blocks in the game and slap a texture on it. It destroys the immersion so fast and it just looks bad. Here, for example, is a game-breaking bug. The game just went to this. I don't know what this is, but it looks like hellfire. I thought I had to run because it was part of the game, because of the stuff that is being said in the mission. But no, I had to restart the game. After that comes the next problem, going into the vent. You can't jump and you can't duck to get in. You have to drag your character inside into the vent. Let's go back one more time to the puzzles. This is the third kind of puzzle you have to solve. And to be honest, not understanding that made me feel like the dudes from Idiocracy. Let's talk about the most annoying thing in the whole game. Why I said I only use the force grab of items. Here you have to open drawers and search for a keycard. I won't tell you where the card is though, but because every surface is grabbable, it's very difficult to open the drawers. And sometimes doors are just stuck for whatever reason. Let's talk about the gore one more time. As you know, the game has gore. I seriously did not expect that in Stride Fates. Why are these textures in this mission so bad? Every other mission didn't have such textures. I mean, come on! The whole mission also had no music. And here you can't shoot through the opening, but the enemy can attack and glitch through a locked door. Being in this vent and just looking up lets you look through the whole map and see everything. Maybe that's not fixable, but maybe use something else instead of a vent then? I don't know. And of course I want to show you the end boss of the campaign, so you have something to find out for yourself. In the last mission, you get something very cool and it's so much fun to use. I bet that's how Batman feels when he's using it. Because you get a wingsuit. To use it, hold A and spread your arms. You can also turn by tilting your arms during the flight. So the game is way bigger than the first one. But is it also better? If we are talking about the movement, yes, definitely. But it feels like the focus here was more towards shooting and gun gameplay, and this should be fixed. The music is way better, and the city missions do look awesome. It now has a campaign, but you can't just do anything else except replay the missions over and over again. But the biggest question is this now Mirror's Edge in VR? It comes close, but due to the heavy gunfighting aspect, it's not. I hope there will be a third Stride game. I would like to see more parkour and less shooting, if we are going for Mirror's Edge VR. And maybe getting chased by enemies like in the first Mirror's Edge? If you want a Mirror's Edge VR game, this is not the game, but it's a good game. If you don't have any problems with the issues I pointed out in this video. It's fun, but also frustrating. Would I buy it again? Yes, it comes pretty close to my all-time favorite game and is in VR. And that's it for this video. I hope you found it interesting and helpful. Thank you for watching and being part of my VR journey. I really appreciate it. And remember, every moment you spend learning and exploring shapes your next big achievement. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next video.